there, thank you for joining me for morning yin yoga practice. So just a handful of poses to invigorate the body, to come into connection with the body and breath. So I want to start just maybe seated if you are already. So just adjusting our seat so that we get very comfortable sitting down. And just connecting here, maybe scanning through the body. And taking a few more intentional, deeper breaths. Maybe longer out breaths. Good, and each out-breath can help us to already let go a bit more. Releasing maybe all tensions that are present. And we will go into a few certain postures to maybe amplify this ability to let go and to kind of really refresh the body. So let's start into child's pose. That's a very classic way to begin, of course, but really valuable to do also just to decompress. Maybe if we just come out of bed and just lengthening the spine here, coming into your child's pose, making yourself very comfortable. So it can be with the legs quite wide. It can be supported by your thighs. If you have the knees closer to each other, you can use a bolster or a pillow to support yourself. And then just sitting back, coming into your posture, finding your comfort, really making sure there's no pain present, especially in the lower back. Otherwise, adjust your posture and come into your suitable seat, your asana. Breathing, connecting to breath, connecting to presence.
Simply feeling the breath entering the body. And experiencing a release on the exhalation. Simply being here, breathing, surrendering. We have 1 more minute or so in this posture. So maybe also naturally experiencing a deepening of the exhalation. Noticing both qualities, how the breath becomes deeper, more full, but at the same time also more gentle and subtle. All good things in life come as a paradox. Probably not all, but I just thought this was a nice thing to say. Okay, we slowly can get ready to come out of the posture. So maybe a couple of deeper breaths. Then placing the palms on the mat. And maybe just side to side first, very gently. And then pushing with more intention into the palms. And step by step, really starting in the lower back, letting the head hang. Coming up, coming up, coming up. Using the inhale also as a good friend and coming up here, coming to a seated, kneeling seated position. And just resting in this newfound straight alignment. So nice, all the vibrations in the body, everything that is going on, all the realignment also. Very nice to experience energy in that way. So from here we can then just slowly come forward onto our belly. And what I like is to just come into a Sphinx pose and really see that I have a good structure in the lower back here, that the arch starts really on the base of the spine. I find a comfortable place for my hips on the ground and then arch through the lower back first and then through the upper back. A bit tricky thing for me here is to really letting the shoulders go. So I have my elbows rather wide, but find your positioning. Maybe again, if you want support under the belly, under the chest, you can put your bolster or pillows here. And then just finding your position, your seat, your asana. Breathing. Starting with a few more intentional breaths. And then with time, surrendering more and more, feeling how the belly comes in more contact with the floor, gently breathing. Maybe again checking if you're holding on to something, trying once again to relax the shoulders. Here, just one more minute or so. Again, reconnecting with the breath. Okay. What I like to do is to roll my thighs here, so you can roll the knees and thighs kind of slightly inwards, and then, yeah, just alternating that maybe. Quite nice to like slightly engage in the glutes here, just rolling through some maybe tension that's also accumulated here. Okay, and then we can bring the palms on the floor and just move ourselves up and out of it, just very gentle also. See if you want to stretch a little bit. Okay, and pushing into a seat and or like on on all fours, and then coming around to supine position. So last pose for this morning, just keeping it short, coming onto the back. Just a moment to adjust. And then these two options, either making it very simple and just holding the knees, or coming through and grabbing the outside of the feet. Not a full happy baby. You can, of course, if you want that, but what I like to do here is just to hold the outsides of the feet and then just touching the big toes and parts of the sides of the feet together. And resting like that, so that's very nice for me for my lower back. It's pretty flat on the floor like that. Or, of course, maybe just holding the knees, whatever is comfortable here and where you feel most familiar with, maybe. So coming into the position, connecting to breath. Then maybe each exhalation we can try to deepen the positioning of the lower back. Almost as though we would like to support it to sink a bit deeper on exhalation. Any adjustments, of course, in the posture that you feel are helpful. We stay about 2 minutes more. Okay, so it is possible, of course, to stay a bit longer. If you feel very comfortable, very relaxed, just consider that also. And otherwise, if you have the outsides of your feet, you can slowly start by walking the hands down, maybe one at a time, to the ankles. Just releasing very gradually. Then to the shins, to the knees, and letting the feet come down. And so its suggestion to finishing up is to walk the feet out and come into a diamond shape with the legs, just so the hips can really open up, the knees fall out. And that could be, yes, the end for today. So if you feel like doing so, you could have a couple of minutes here. I will say goodbye for now and thank you ever so much for joining. I see you in one of the next videos, and be well and have a beautiful day.